Hey guys, the Common Man here. So today I have an unboxing, which we actually haven't done in quite a while. And also kind of cool, I have a knife from a brand that I haven't purchased from in several years, honestly. I passed up on the first version of this knife. However, this new version I was pretty interested in with the new blade shape. So let's go ahead and get it open and I'll show you what we're working with. So we will use the trusty Hogue Deca. Go ahead and get it opened up. And I did buy this from, oh, that's kind of cool. Nice. That's funny. I did buy this from Blade HQ. Shipping was extremely fast. I was really impressed by that. Honestly, like DLT level shipping. It was very, very fast. And lots of peanuts in there. But this is awesome. I'm definitely going to use that. All right, so there is the box. Yeah, like I said, I haven't bought a Kershaw in quite a while, so I really didn't even remember what the packaging was like. But just very simple, just in a small box. And let's go ahead and see what see what we're looking at. So you can see it's going to be the Kershaw Iridium. First version of the Iridium was a good looking knife, but the blade shape just didn't really speak to me. And to be honest with you, the price didn't really, I don't know. I just wasn't really drawn to it given the design of it and the price. So this guy went on sale with the new blade shape. So I just decided, you know what, I'm going to pull the trigger. And I actually haven't bought a new knife in a while. So I just went for it. But let's go ahead and open it up. Okay, very simple packaging, which is cool. All right, just a little piece of paper there. Get the box out of the way, and we'll get this guy out of the plastic. And there it is. So it feels very nice. On first impressions, it feels really nice. I'm not really a huge fan of that. You know, there's little details and things about Kershaw, things that they do that I don't know. Their designs don't generally speak to me. Like this kind of random lanyard hole that just seems, I don't know. In my opinion, it seems a little bit unnecessary. But these are all my opinions, and it all just comes down to aesthetics, if you ask me. The scales feel very nice. These are aluminum. They are slightly contoured, which is very cool. Reversible pocket clip. I like to see that. You know, this works as a nice back spacer, and if you like lanyards, that's going to work for you. And it also, you know, that pocket clip could carry a little bit deeper, but really, that's not a big deal. That carries plenty deep. That's not an issue at all. But, you know, it looks really good. Without opening it up, fit and finish seems nice. A little bit of jimping up there. Blade centering is pretty much spot on. That tip is looking a little funky. See if we can get that. Looks like that tip's not quite ground properly. We're going to open it up and take a look at that. I like the finish on the scales. It's just kind of a soft black finish. The original Iridium that came with that gray, I don't know why. Normally that's not a color that would really turn me off, but for some reason I just wasn't super interested in it. But this looks nice. I would have loved to see some black hardware on here, but no, it's not too bad. We'll go ahead and open it up. Tuned very well. Oh yeah, wow. Oh. Yeah, that is tuned beautifully well. And one thing that I've noticed, and you can kind of see, sometimes these crossbar locks actually give you a little bit of a, almost like an assisted kind of action just in the way that they operate. So you can see I am just kind of opening it, and then the blade wants to start moving out on its own. So it does work as like a slight assisted action, which is very cool. Let's see. Pivot seems, yeah, a little bit gritty, actually. Pivot's a fair bit gritty. Now, let's remember, this is going to be, I want to say the original price on this guy is going to be right around $70 some. And then I actually purchased this for like $45 or something. Blade HQ had a really awesome sale. It's actually still going on at the time of this video. Anyway, we'll just keep that in mind when we go over, start nitpicking it. This is actually more of a budget end knife. However, $70 is right on the edge of what you can really call budget. I'm starting to see that as, you know, $70 knife, in my opinion. You're starting to get out of that budget territory, but the tuning is very good, certainly acceptable regardless of the price. It's tuned very nice. Crossbar action is really nice, and that blade definitely drops shut. There's no doubt about that. And yeah, the tension on that spring, or the force that's required, is like, it's just right. It feels just right. So the tuning, I'm very happy with that. Blade play, And these are all things, when it comes to Kershaw, guys, like I said, I am I'm scarred by those really junky knives that I used to buy from Kershaw. You know, the Chinese made knives that you could buy for 20, $30 at Walmart. So when I see a Kershaw, I'm a little weary because I just keep going back to those older knife designs that I used to pick up. So I'm going to check for blade play. I'm going to check for a bad grind. I'm going to check for any bit of sloppiness. You know, and again, it's because that's what I'm used to with Kershaw because I haven't picked up any recently besides that link, which was very impressive. The link was impressive. However, assisted, totally not my style. I think it's a shortcut because I think a properly tuned manual knife is going to be just as good or better than an assisted knife as far as the action and how fast it opens. But yeah, sorry, getting off track here, rambling about the brand. Tiny little bit of knocking back and forth, but honestly, pretty much nothing. I'm going to say the lockup is quite nice. Blade play is pretty much nothing. I'm curious if this is going to be on bearings. I might have to pull it off the camera here to check. So yeah, let me check that real quick. I'm going to say bearings. I'll do a full review. I'll go over all the details and things, but right now, from what I can see, it looks like bearings. The blade steel, I don't remember. D2. Okay, D2 blade steel is pretty good. Yeah, I think that's good. You know, for $70 to $80 getting D2, that's kind of the high end of where I want to see D2, but it's acceptable. And let's look at that blade shape. This is what I really liked about this knife, is that blade shape. It's got kind of a, I'm not quite sure what you want to call that. I'm going to call it a sheep's foot because that's what it looks like to me. It's not quite a Wharncliffe because it does have a curve on that edge there, but I'm going to call that a sheep's foot. I really love this blade design, especially when they still give you a pretty nice, like, pokey tip. You can see that this is still a fairly acute angle. You're not, you don't have this bulk of this blade carrying all the way out here like a cleaver kind of style. You've still got a nice sharp tip on there for some good puncturing cuts. So this is definitely a blade shape that I like. Feels like it's a flat grind going most of the way up. Fully flat would be my preference, but this is fine. And it does feel quite thin behind the edge. So I do think this is going to slice quite nicely. So definitely the blade, I'm happy with that. Thumb studs are good. Thumb stud positioning is good. Action is very nice. Very nice. Doesn't look like it comes with any extra springs. However, I think people make a big deal about that. These crossbar locks having to come with extra springs. I've owned several Benchmades. I've owned several different crossbar locks. I've never had an Omega spring break. I feel like you hear about it so rarely that it's an issue that's just been blown out of proportion. So I really don't expect an extra set of Omega springs. And I guarantee you, if you reached out to Kershaw, they'd probably send you a pair. Or do whatever they need to make you right if those break. Overall, pocket clip design is very nice. It's actually sunk down into that scale, so you can see there's nowhere for your pocket to get hung up or catch up on. Good access to the screws. Nice solid back spacer. Ergonomics are very nice. They're what you expect. When you see a knife of this shape, you can kind of assume the ergonomics are going to be pretty good because there's nothing really offensive about that design. Good grip here. You can actually choke up on it, and then you have very nice control of that blade. This is actually going to be a really, really nice user for EDC stuff because that blade shape is just perfect. And yeah, no real hot spots. I like it. Honestly, I think for the price that I paid, for the $45 to $50, I'm very impressed with it. When you're talking, $70 to $80, which I think is what its normal MSRP is, considering it is contoured aluminum scales, I think that's fine. I think that's pretty acceptable. This is not made in the USA. This is made, if it'll say, I want to say it's made in China. Yeah, it's made in China. So not a USA made Kershaw. If you want a USA made Kershaw, check out the Bel Air. I am very interested in picking one of those up, or any of the launch series. If I remember correctly, those are all USA made as well, but they are running a little bit higher than this knife as far as price goes. But again, not USA made here. But overall, guys, this is pretty cool. I'll do a full review on this after I give it some pocket time, give it some use, and I'll let you guys know how much pocket time it gets. Usually, the amount of pocket time a knife gets kind of tells how good the knife is and what my opinion of it is. But I definitely do my best to give every knife at least some pocket time so I can give a good, thorough review. So I plan on doing that with this one. So just keep an eye out for the full review, which will be coming probably in the next few weeks. But yeah, awesome. I like it. Good price. Pick these up on sale at Blade HQ now, or otherwise full price. I think it's perfectly adequate. So very cool knife. I'm happy I picked this one up. So thanks for watching. Leave a like if you liked the video, and if you want to see more of my knife, EDC, and occasional garage content, please consider subscribing. I'd love to have you.